Hey everyone, here's how to upscale your clips from low quality all the way up to 4K. First, drag your clip into Topaz AI. I'm just going to drag and drop it. Now the goal with my clip is to make it sharper overall, so these edges on the hair for example, and also get rid of these bits here. You can see it's got a lot of compression, so we want to get rid of all of that. And finally, make the edges a little more soft. So you can see right now it's quite pixelated. First of all, head over to video here at the top and change the output resolution to either 2x upscale or 4x upscale. Now there are also options down here, so if you want to go for purely just 4K rather than upscaling it by 4 times, you can select this option here. So I'm going to do that one. Don't change the frame rate, leave it as it is, but head down over here to enhancement. Make sure the video type is progressive and make sure the AI model is this one, which is the first one, and then change the parameters from auto to manual. So to give you a brief overview with these settings, you've got fixed compression here, which restores any details that may have been lost because of compression. So as I said, for instance, it's a bit blocky here. I don't know if you can see it, but it looks like a Minecraft skin. So we want to smoothen all of this out. So if I head back into the settings down here, I'm going to increase it to maybe 50 because it's not that bad, but I still want to get rid of it. If you have really bad compression, then crank it all the way up to maybe 90 or 100. I'm going to do 50. Now moving on to improve detail. This apparently makes the textures and edges more defined. So I assume areas around my character's head may look more sharp. They might stand out more. So I definitely want to increase that. If I head back into the settings, I'm going to increase it to, I'm going to go 75. So 50, 75, and then you've got sharpen. So this makes the entire image look sharper and I'd say more focused. I definitely recommend turning this up. I'm going to go 50 for now. Reduce noise. Now, depending on your preference, you might want to increase this. Some clips look naturally better with grain, so you definitely do not want to remove it. But for me, it's quite a clean image, so turning this up won't really do any damage. In fact, if anything, it would make it look better. So I'm going to increase it all the way up to 75 once again. De-halo not removes, but it reduces the amount of glow around objects. So in this case, it could be the sky here. So if you think it's a bit too bright, overexposed maybe, then you would want to turn that up. I'm just going to turn it up by maybe 15. If you don't have any overexposed parts, just leave it, it's okay. And anti-alias, I think it's called. You've probably seen this before in games. It's usually a setting that gets rid of jagged edges by simply smoothing out the edges of the entire image. What that means are edges, for example, around the character. You can see them here. If you want to smoothen them out, then turn it up. I definitely do want to make it look smooth, but not too smooth. Otherwise, it might look a little bit smudgy. So I'm going to go for 25. I can always change this if I don't like it. There is an option to see a preview, which is very helpful before exporting it. Now for the final two settings, you've got add noise. I recommend keeping this at 0 because you can add this after when you use your editing software. At the bottom, you've got recover detail. I think this really does depend on the clip. I'm going to go for 75 just to be safe because I'm not too sure how this works. But what we can do is take a look at a preview. So you'll see this button over here. Just click it and it's going to render a very quick preview, which should look much better. Now, here it is. Already, I'm seeing that the edges look very sharp and it looks more vibrant overall. I can get a closer look by simply using the scroll wheel to zoom in. And would you look at that? You've got before, it looks good, but you know, it's a bit blurry. And then after, the edges are more defined. Everything looks sharper overall. As expected, it's also removed the compression. You can see it's smoothened it out completely. Before, it looked like this. Horrible. However, I have one small issue. I feel like the image sort of bleeds. Do you see how like smudgy it kind of looks? I don't really like that. So I'm going to decrease the anti-alias setting. Let's go maybe 5 instead of 25 and click preview. Let's see how this one looks. Hopefully it should look more sharper overall because we've decreased the amount of blur. So I think that looks better. I definitely do see less color around these little like scratches. That's what I meant by bleeding, but now I think it looks perfect. It's time for the export settings. So head over down here, you'll see this little cog. So just click on it. These are my recommended settings. So output type should be video, codec, H.264, it's the most compatible and it works well. Profile, I would recommend going high. Bitrate, make sure that is constant. You don't want it to be dynamic. And the target bitrate, now please listen, don't go over 60. I don't know why some people use 180. That's just bizarre. Unless you're working on the next Christopher Nolan film, you have no reason to go above 60. Now, which one should you pick? Well, my output resolution is 4K at 23.976, which is basically 24. So a target bitrate of 40 would be fine. Even 24 could work, but I don't think that would look as good. To be on the safer side, 40 would be optimal. If you're going for a higher frame rate, so if your clip is 60, then I would suggest 60. The best way to decide is based on the motion. So if your clip is moving a lot, if there's a lot of action, then go for the higher bitrate. If it's mostly still with minimal movement and action, then you can go for the lower options. I'm going to go 40. Please don't select 120, you're insane. Audio mode, mine is set at none because I don't have audio. If you want to keep it, you can select the option, whatever it is. I can't see it, but change it to none if you don't really want any audio. And as for the container, most people go for MOV, but I recommend MP4. MOV is better in terms of quality, but it's not really worth it. The file size is really large. You won't really notice a difference unless you're some sort of critic, so MP4 is fine. And now it's time to export. So just click on this tiny button here. If it doesn't say export as, just select the option by clicking on this arrow, export as, and then locate your folder, and if you want to give it a name, click save. And now, as you can see, it's working on it. This may take a while depending on how fast your PC is. As you can see, mine is already done, so here it is. It looks pretty sharp. Now if you open up your editing software, so I'm using Premiere Pro, you can drag it onto your timeline and make a few adjustments. For example, you can add the sharpen effect, which is underneath blur and sharpen. So this one here, add on sharpen, and also add on unsharp mask. This does not make the quality look any better, but people like to see it. So change the sharpen amount to 20, and then the radius for the unsharp mask to 50. So as you can see, we've got a before and after. I'm going to nest my clip, so right click, nest, and OK. And I'm going to add magic bullet looks. This is a third-party plugin. Follow this step if you want to color grade your clips. You don't have to. And what I'm going to do here is select a preset just to make it easier for me. So I think milk crate, this one here, that looks pretty good. I'm going to finish it off by adding a haze flare, and then maybe decrease the spillage somewhere down to about 26. There you go, perfect. So yeah, that's all you need to do. So before color grading and after color grading. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.